Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mind Body Soul Evolution. Today we are doing our reading for our friends, our Taurus friends, for the whole summer. From June 22nd until September 21st, right around that time. This is your reading for the entire summer, all 3 months. So the summer, it's heated, it's hot, we're a little carefree, we're a little more free in the way we move through this world. And we tend to let opportunities come in easier in the summertime, right? So what does this mean for our Taurus friends? Because there are earth signs, they're very grounded, they're very practical. So this is going to bring for you, Taurus, a lot of energy around your finances, around stability. It's also going to bring in some soulful connections. Now, when there's soulful connections, these are really deep-rooted connections, and we'll see what the tarot holds for you. Soulful connections, and there's all kinds of things. There's soulmates, there's twin flames. You have many soulmates, right? Your friends, your family, people you have deep connection to, or soulmates. Soulmates are not only just like your lover or your lovers, depending, right? But soulful connections, they could be past life connections that are coming in to your life at this time. So they're very strong and very powerful. That's going to start coming in towards the end of your summer. But there's a lot of new opportunities coming your way. So let me just see. I have some notes written down. And I want to make sure I get to all of them because you have a lot happening, Taurus, which is fabulous, right? Choice, opportunity, and then discerning which opportunities you act on and what ones you don't. Because just because an opportunity is presented to you doesn't mean you have to accept it, and it doesn't mean you have to act on it. And if it's not feeling right, then, it's good to kind of push it off to the side. But if it feels really good, then maybe it's time to act. And you're going to learn how to discern that throughout this summer of 2025. So Jupiter entered your financial sector in the beginning of June. So some of your finances or your career options have already started to make themselves known. And if they haven't, just pay attention, right? There might be some talk in the background, or a friend might have something that's happening that they could use your input on that's in the professional sector. You have a lot of opportunities coming around your career and with growth, increased income. And again, we'll see what the cards have to say, the tarot cards have to say. This is a really powerful time for you. As we get in towards the middle of summer, that's when these soulful connections start to make their way in. Then you'll be more focused on relationships, your personal growth. So it's like you're setting the foundation, getting everything ready and comfortable in your life, and then you're relaxing into the possibility of new relationships, soulful connections, improving the relationships with others and with yourself. So you have a lot going on, Taurus. So let's see what the cards hold for you. So we have the Ascended Masters Oracle deck, and we're going to start off with that and just see what Master Energy. So what Master Energy is guiding Taurus for this summer? As far as their finances, their career, the relationships. There's a lot blooming for Taurus. It's really exciting for you Tauruses. So let's see what masters or what ancient wisdom holders are guiding you. Artistic expression, Paul the Venetian. So there's your card. I will read the book. I will find it in the book, and then I will hold the card back up for you. And again, this is for Taurus, for your sun, your moon, your rising, and it is actually Taurus. There's the meaning of the cards, and it's the very first card in the book. But we'll see if that plays into your tarot reading. But the first card can be about new beginnings as well. This card signals that your artistic talents are in need of creative expression. You have hidden talents that lie dormant. This trapped energy can make you feel tired, restless, and anxious, and can lead to addictions if energy isn't expressed. That doesn't have to necessarily mean big addictions, but you can get yourself caught into patterns that keep you stuck. But, let's see. Even if your artistic abilities feel unpolished, they need an outlet. Make the time today to draw, paint, sing, play music, write, take photographs, make jewelry, sew, dance, or do something artistic and creative. You may find the key to your life's purpose and ideal career through this process. Take a class, learn a new skill, express your true feelings. Your life's purpose involves an artistic endeavor. So, it's time to let those creative juices flow. And as the second sign of the zodiac, and you're an earth sign, it's a little hard sometimes for our Taurus friends. Moonology. To let things kind of flow because you're about stability and structure and setting foundations. So, let's see, right? Let's go on. This is the Moonology deck. So let's see what moon energy is guiding, what moon energy is guiding Taurus for the summer. And like we have a lot happening in the summer. We have Mercury going retrograde in July. And it's probably right around that time that your interpersonal relationships will start to expand or explore. 2 cards came out for you, Taurus, so I will take them. The first card, New Moon in Taurus, Know Your Worth. See that? New Moon in Taurus, Know Your Worth. The second card, Last Quarter Moon in Pisces, Talk Less, Feel More. A little opposition here. So let's see though, right? Let's lean into your first card, New Moon in Taurus. Now, when you pull your own card, whether it's a tarot card or an oracle card that is directly related to your sign, that's the stronger energy to pull from. That the Pisces energy is not going to be strong, but that's going to be a more underlying current. And this is the driving force. So, again, New Moon in Taurus, know your worth. You're on the right track, but you need to go steadily. Knowing that you're worthy of your desires is crucial. Opportunities open up when you believe in yourself. Dig deep and move past negative comments from others. No matter what happened in the past, you're aiming to manifest something for the good of everyone concerned, and you can do it. Good self-esteem will also boost your manifesting powers, so love yourself more. Know your own worth, and others will too. Be true to your own values. So don't let anybody get in the way and tell you that you can't do this, or you shouldn't be doing this, or you should be doing something else. And this might come back to your card, Paul the Venetian, artistic expression. Expressing what you feel in here through some form of artwork. But know your worth, Taurus. And last quarter moon in Pisces. But I'm just going to say, this was the first card in this book, right? So, and first cards, but we'll see what the tarot says again, are generally about, this is the beginning of a new phase. So some of you might be just dipping your toe into some new artistic venture. And it doesn't have to be traditional art. It could be artistic expression through body movement. It could be the way you move through life is changing. But what I'm saying is this is the first card in this deck. The last quarter moon in Pisces is the last card in this book. Do you have, so we'll see if what comes up here. I'd be interested to see if the World card comes up for you. This is coming in full circle. Completion of a cycle. But let's see what this says. And it is the very last card. And because after this is the acknowledgments. The very next page is the acknowledgments. Last quarter moon and Pisces. You just, this stuff just happens, right? It just turns itself up. The danger in your current situation is that you're going to be really good at starting things and less good at finishing them. So maybe you're not finishing your new projects. I don't know. We'll see. This card suggests that you need to talk less and feel more. So rather than telling people what you want now, feel your feelings about what you want. What comes up? Do you believe in yourself or not? Perhaps you started strong but are running out of steam. So, if so, go within. Ask yourself how committed you are to your goals. Remember that it's okay to change your mind. One of the current energies is all about feelings and the other is in its head. Very interesting. So you might be up here, which would make sense because you're very grounded and logical. So it's asking you to drop down into the heart or into your third eye, your intuition. So, but knowing your worth, feel into things. So let's see what the tarot holds. We will use the Wandering Star Tarot deck to start. If I need another deck, we'll pull that out. But let's see what the tarot holds for our Taurus friends as they lean into their feelings. And this could also lean into in the middle of summer. Again, it's going to be right around Mercury retrograde. When you start having these soulful connections with either people already in your life or new people. Your relationships are starting to change because the way you see yourself, right? You're knowing your worth and your value. When the way you view yourself starts to change, and the people around you will start to change to match your energy. And that's what it is, right? We attract what we are. Not what we want, but what we are and who we are. So when you start to own your self-worth and your value, and you're an earth sign, right? So it's really all about putting your best foot forward and how people perceive you. So once you start doing that, these soulful connections will start coming up. And they may be different. Again, I think some of these are going to be past life relationships that are making their way into you, whether good or bad. But they're all things to look at. So let's see what the tarot holds for our Taurus friends for the summer. The summer is a time of fun. First card out is Seven of Cups. That is the card of dreams, but let's see what else. Three of Pentacles, that's collaboration. Ace of Wands. Wands is about, aces are associated with new opportunities that are coming your way. Wands are about excitement and energy and travel. This could be around career. Some of you might be having career offers where you are traveling. So let's see. Five of Wands. Okay, so no major arcanas yet. Let's see what else comes out for you. Yeah, Seven of Cups, Three of Pentacles, so collaboration. Eight of Swords. Let's see what this is all about. Or Knight of Swords, rather. Knight of Swords. Six of Pentacles. I feel like some of our Tauruses, we'll see what else comes out. We may have to go into the other deck. I feel like some of our Tauruses are going to take their time in these new things. They might be having themselves a little stuck or having a little conflict about taking on new opportunities. So some of these opportunities coming for you, Taurus, might be completely out of your comfort zone or your wheelhouse. Ace of Cups and the Lovers. This is your summer. Middle of summer. Your card on the root. Queen of Wands. So let's lean into this. We don't have any major arcana. Well, one major arcana is the Lovers, which is Gemini energy, right? Which is the sign right after you. So that goes in the natural progression. So 7 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, starting off strong with your dreams. What have you been dreaming of? Like, what has been in here or in here that you haven't been putting out there? This is probably where you're feeling into more and not sharing, not talking about or not sharing your dreams or desires. And that's perfectly fine. But do you have an outlet, like an artistic expression, to put them out there? You have a lot of dreams, a lot of things that you're holding in, and that, you know, is the influence of this Pisces last quarter moon. And it's good to have dreams. And you get to decide what goes in your dream cups, right? You get to choose if it's rainbows, if it's flowers, you know, is it passion choices? I mean, you have this, right? You have, are your dreams extreme, you know? Is it flowers? Is it rainbows? Are you having passion? A little bit of excitement there, and maybe so because you have the Queen of Wands on the root of the deck. So there might be some passion coming your way, and that comes right after the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. So you get to decide what is in your dream cups. And then once you have your dreams, you really have a good idea of like what you want your life to look like. You've been planning this, you've been dreaming it out. Then, you know, 3 of Pentacles, I love this card because it's collaboration. It's bringing people with different talents together to bring this into fruition. Ace of Wands is new opportunities, new excitement. You have 2 aces, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. Aces are always about new opportunities that are unexpected things. Somebody just hands them to you. Although Wands is about excitement, energy, and passion, it's a fire element, right? Which would correspond with like the passion in your chalice, in your cup here. This could also be a new opportunity for travel and or a new job that brings you into traveling. So it takes you out of where you're at now and puts you into a place where you get to travel and see the world or see different areas than what you're typically used to seeing. With that, then you have the 5 of Swords or 5 of Wands. And that could be a little internal conflict because this could be a little out of your comfort zone because we're Tauruses. We love you, right? But you're very grounded. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Like cups is water, right? We have to soften the earth to get you out of that, to give you into new experiences. So you might have a little emotional conflict about opportunities that are coming your way. But here's the thing. The planets are lining up for you to be, you know, discerning. You don't have to take every opportunity. But some of the opportunities that are coming your way are opportunities that have been in your dreams for a while. You know what they say, like, you know, like you have a dream and then all of a sudden like it starts to come true and then like we kind of freeze a little bit, right? We go, wait a minute, what? Oh, I've been dreaming about this for so long and now it's here and I don't know if I want it. But you do. And you know you do. Right? You're going to feel into this. You know that you do. Because you have the Knight of Swords and you go, wait a minute, I've been thinking about this. I'm going to move forward. 6 of Pentacles, right? this is just such a lovely energy for you, because once you start to move forward, then you're going to find a new generous side about yourself. Not that you're not already generous. But this generosity could actually be where your artistic expression starts to come out. Or you're going to express yourself in a different way, because now you have the confidence. You've discerned between the opportunities being presented to yourself and your hesitation about, oh wait, do I really want this, right? You're going to get some clarity, right? Swords is about your thoughts. It cuts through the stuff that's in the way. You're going to learn to be generous. I'm going to say you're going to learn to be generous with yourself, Taurus. And by that, I don't mean like you're just giving all your energy to yourself. I think you're going to let yourself express yourself in a new way and live through this world in a different way than you have been. Maybe you're going to start trusting into the intuition. And intuition itself can be an artistic expression. This, reading tarot and oracle cards, is an artistic expression. It's a very intuitive process of discerning how all of these cards come together to tell the story of your summer. This is really good. Once you start to follow this, once you get past this Five of Wands, and I think this is going to be right around the Mercury retrograde in July, you're going to feel a little conflicted, and that's okay, right? Feel more. Feel into the feelings. So often we don't want to feel our feelings. We want to kind of bypass them and say, okay, I don't really need to feel this. I'm going to think my way out of it. Or I'm going to stand my ground and I'm going to bury myself into the place I'm at and not feel anything. I think you're learning all these different elements. We are all born. The Magician, although the Magician did not come out. And we'll pull a couple more cards from the other deck. It's understood that we are born with all the elements: earth, air, fire, and water. And with each of those elements is skill. So some of you are going to be getting outside of your comfort zone and using the other skills that you have. Leading into your water skills, which is your emotions, which is your intuition. Leading into the skill of fire, which is passion and drive and high energy. Leaning into the skill of the swords, your air signs, which is about logic and being direct. So I think you're coming into utilizing all of these tools or skills of all the other elements that we are all born with. When you start to do that, the last three cards, the Lovers, Ace of Cups, new relationships. Again, at the very beginning, I talked about soulful connections. For some of you, these are going to be new relationships coming in that are going to grab you like something you haven't felt before in other relationships. Queen of Wands is your last card in this. I'm going to pull a couple more out of this other deck. You're going to start feeling really empowered. You're elevating yourself to a higher level of self-empowerment. And this starts all the way back with the choices that you make and the offers that are, the Ace of Wands, the offers that are coming to you about your career. You're going to find new ways of expressing yourself. Yeah, you're going to hit some discomfort and you're going to work through it. You're going to pull on the element of the swords and the logic and cut through the stuff that is not necessary or that is keeping you from moving forward. You're going to start to be more generous to yourself. And again, that is using all of the gifts that you have, not just your grounded gifts, right? You're going to start to use all of them. And in doing so, there's a really big love connection for a lot of our Taurus friends. One major arcana, one out of all these cards came up for you today. Right next to Ace of Cups. Aces are new opportunities. Cups are relationships. It's intuition. It's compassion. It's leading with your heart. There's a white dove, new beginnings, right on top of there. This is a divine connection, Taurus. This is a divine connection. Again, I truly believe, and I'm feeling very deeply, that this is a past life connection, that you found each other, that this is going to be like a magical thing. You're owning who you are, and you're allowing yourself to unearth yourself a little bit and to stand a little taller. And maybe, take on some of the water emotions of artistic expression and intuition and guiding your life in a new way. This is the Light Seers deck. This is the Wandering Star Tarot. This is the Light Seers deck. And let's just see. First card that popped out. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. And what was your queen here? Queen of Wands. Queen of Pentacles is your queen. Pentacles are associated with the element of earth. This is your grounding. This is root chakra work. So if anyone does yoga, or if you know what the chakra system is, the root chakra is your place of survival. It is a place of necessities. It is money. It is your home, money, the things that you absolutely need, your clothes. Self-made. She's a self-made woman. Two powerful queens. Queen of fun, right? Queen of Wands. She's a party girl. She likes to have fun. You pulled your own queen, Taurus. Your own queen jumped right out of the deck for you immediately. So you have nothing. You have nothing to worry about. You have a great summer ahead of you. There's a lot of growth happening for you this summer, Taurus. Let's just see if anything else wants to pop out of this deck for you. One card face down. And yeah, happy summer, Taurus. Happy summer. Aries started off really strong. Taurus, you're going really strong here. Four of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. On the root of this deck. Seven of Pentacles. You're doing a lot of work this summer. And this is probably going to carry over into the fall. This is the summer reading. The readings are endless, or they have no boundaries. This will carry over into the fall. Queen of Pentacles. Self-made, self-reliant, and a lot of pride in what you're accomplishing. Four of Pentacles. You're really starting to treasure what it takes to create the life that you want. What it takes to take you from this dream state to this really magical relationship coming your way, to fulfillment. You're starting to embrace and realize what you have been through. The mountains behind you, you have journeyed through all of these mountains, through all of these ebbs and flows, all these hills and valleys to get to where you're going. And the Eight of Cups, right? You know who you are. You don't need anyone else to validate you. Why? Because you just decided to feel more. You just decided to feel more. You found your worth. And your validation is coming from yourself. Taurus, this is a beautiful reading for you guys. Oh my goodness. This is fabulous. We'll pull one more card. The Gods, Goddesses, and Guardians deck. This is the book. And we will pull a card from here and to round out and to see what guardians are guiding you through this phase. There's a lot of growth. Summer is a time of growth. We plant the seeds in the spring. They grow all summer long. We harvest in the fall, and then we rest in the winter, right? I mean, that's nature. So there's a lot of growth, Taurus, that happens in the summer. Some of it's going to be a little uncomfortable for you, as we saw in the Five of Wands, but you're fine. You'll figure that out. Again, that's probably going to be happening for you right around the Mercury retrograde phase. So, you know, I always tell people when something's going wonky or haywire in my life or wherever, I find out what the planets are doing. My hair's going crazy. And I just, okay, this is a planetary thing. It's not a me thing. It's a planetary thing. It's just the energies. And I will just let them do their thing. So when you start to feel a little hesitant, a little pressure, a little hot under the collar, Taurus, just take a moment. Just take a moment. And the card that popped out is the Goddess on the front of the book. Taurus, there's something magical happening with you. Lazotilt, forgive. Yeah, so pronunciations are not my strongest suit, of course. Taurus, and again, you are the last card in the book after this. So, a lot of completions of cycles. After this, it's just the end of the book. About the author. You're the last card in the book. So, even though that did not come up in your reading, we had a big first card and then two cards that were the very end of the end. So for some of you, it's a completion of a cycle. It could be releasing doubt and knowing your self-worth. Again, your card, you right, know your worth. It could be releasing anything that is not, that holds you back from your self-worth. You're coming to an end of a cycle, a big journey. And again, although the World card did not come up, the elements are there. That means you've coming full circle with something big in your life. So, and I probably will not try to say this name again. Let go of blame and punishment. Heal the past. So, let's see. Tarotscope is the Mesoamerican Earth Mother of the Aztecs and the Huastec, and an indigenous Mexican people. The patroness of midwives, she's known primarily as the fifth deity. Her name derives from the Nahuatl word for garbage, said to be the eater of impurities. She had connections with lust, vice, and ritual purification. Oh my goodness. She could lure people to commit immoral acts, but would absolve them afterwards. People confessed their worst misdeeds through her priestess and received total forgiveness. She's associated with childbirth, witchcraft, moon cycles, menstruation, cotton, and broomsticks. So that sounds a little intense, right? So let's get into. So that's what this says, right? I'll finish reading this and I will go on. When you've said or done something you regret, it can weigh heavily on your heart. It doesn't matter how long ago the mistake was. You can go on punishing yourself for a lifetime. If someone hurt, betrayed, or disappointed you, it can be extremely challenging to let go of the harm they caused. She brings forward the most potent healing method that exists in our universe, forgiveness. And she says, you've chosen a profound spiritual practice. This process may transform your life. Holding on to guilt or resentment eats away at the body and spirit. Bitterness is unprocessed anger and will only fester, doing nothing to bring about healing change. This does not mean you condone abusive or cruel acts. It doesn't mean you forget or deny the harm. It means acknowledging that in order to move forward in life, to claim both health and happiness, you must work on forgiving yourself and others. Forgiveness is not always easy. It needs careful and thorough attention. It may not happen overnight, but remember, there's nothing on earth that cannot be healed through the miracle of forgiveness. This is very interesting because I said from these cards, it feels like you're coming to the end of a cycle. So if there's been a pain, maybe someone broke your heart or someone betrayed you, or there's been some big pain and something that's been hard for you to forgive. I don't know if I like the word forgiveness personally. I think I like to just put a boundary up, an energetic boundary. I can say like, this will no longer affect me. I will no longer let the energy of this infiltrate my mind and my heart. I'm going to protect that and keep that at bay. Easier said than done. But you're worth. So sometimes the word forgiveness can bring about thoughts of, like thinking that, like, what do they say? Like, hate the sin, not the sinner. I don't know. I don't know if I really agree with that, but that's my thing. But it's not letting the person off the hook and putting space between you and the person or the thing, but not letting that thing keep you from being small. There's a lot of healing in this healing process, right? And this healing process is probably going to come along, especially if you've lost your faith in love. If some of you have lost your faith in love and relationships, this is going to just unfold, like as you're walking through life, and things are going to start to unfold, and they're going to come up, and you're going to get a little, again, you're going to, get a little impassioned or feel like things are a little too much, and then you're going to take a step back, and then you're going to remember, I have more tools in my toolkit. I am an earth sign, but I have all the other elements of all the other signs to help me, and I'm going to pull on that. And I'm going to let that guide me. And as you go through these steps, there's healing. So instead of the word forgiveness, and if you like that word, use it. I like the word healing. I'm allowing myself to heal and release. If you have to put space between you and whatever the situation, the person, or the thing is, do that. You've got a great journey this summer, Taurus. It's full of everything. It's full of passion and love and opportunities and career and choices and self-awareness and expressing yourself in a new way and learning your value and learning to tune into your feelings. So take all the elements, use them, Taurus, to your benefit. They're all here to help navigate you through this summer. Once we hit the fall equinox, you're going to be a new person. You're going to shed a lot of the things and let the energy of the summer sun help you to shed the heaviness of some of the emotions. Sometimes it's just the heaviness of the emotions that gets to us, right? So if we can even purge the emotions out, whether, I'm going to say if you want to move your body and do yoga, because that just pulls the physical stress out of the body. If you want to move your body and dance, run, climb mountains, go kayaking, go swimming, go boat, whatever it is, jet skiing, whatever it is you want to do, give yourself an outlet to get the stress and the energy out of your body. You're going to have a whole new outlook on life, It's going to be fabulous for you, Taurus. I'm really excited for you. Let me know in the comments like how this summer unfolds. If you have any questions, put them in the comments or feel free to reach out to me. But until next time, I always send you light and love from my soul to yours. Happy summer, Taurus, and I can't wait to see how you are in the fall.